Good afternoon, evening, good morning, everyone. How we doing? I'm back with another weekly watch list for this week. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I thoroughly enjoy making these videos. It helps me get ready for the week, really focus in, and again, it's fun and it helps me learn as well as I go through them. So if you are tuning in, if you have been watching them, thank you so much. If you do enjoy the video, please consider dropping a like, dropping a comment, subscribing even. Obviously, that would mean a lot to me. So let's jump right in. So as always, looking at SPY, QQQ, and IWM, we have the 15-minute time frame open here. Always starting with our previous day high, previous day low is our first support and resistance zone of this week, or sorry, of the next day, okay? So again, usually looking for a break of these structures, right? This trading, in between is not bad, especially if we open up towards the previous day high. Usually you'll see a nice bounce of the previous day low, a vice versa, open down here, reject previous day high. Sometimes though, in between the previous trading session can be a little bit choppy. It also depends on the pre-market high and low levels, which I do mark every single day as well. Usually try to avoid trading. I almost always avoid trading between those. I don't think I ever really trade between them. Unless it's a really good fib setup, opening fib setup. But most often I will trade outside of those zones. Usually that's where you'll see bigger moves. Like for example, if we break this resistance here, we either reject the all-time high resistance or we build upon that and make new all-time highs. Just like here, if we break this low of day or if the previous low of day zone, we retest it, move down to our next support zone, right? So just wanted to explain that a little bit, but for SPY here, first rejection is going to be up here at 502.86. Above that, we have all-time highs at 503.50. First support going to be 498.72. Next support is going to be down here at 494.41. And then below that down here at this 490.71. See how these two zones are really close to each other? Pretty much this is one big zone. But to keep the chart a little bit cleaner, I will keep them separate like this, but I would not just... if we break through this zone, I'm going to want to see a break of this zone as well before going short. So really anything between this 490.2 up to this 490.7. And also I will extend these zones in the next trading session so if they do cover, the next day. I don't have any fibs here for SPY or anything like that. Nothing other, if you will. One thing I've been doing a lot recently is I've always known this, I've learned it and such, but I have been, focusing more and more on using those higher time frames for the plans and for back testing, and then taking and finding those entries on the lower time frames. It's something I've had written on my whiteboard. For those, obviously you can't see my office here, but I have a big whiteboard in front of my monitors, a few feet away. It's one of those big standing ones, and I have all my trading rules, trading notes, Fibonacci, support resistance, everything else I use on a daily basis written in front of me. And I've always had this written down as creating higher time frame plans and then executing the lower time frame, but I really back tested it strongly this week. So I'm excited to bring that strategy into this week. I spent a lot of time on the 30-minute and the 1 hour this week, and especially the 30-minute, and looking at these candle closes. Like this week I'm going to go into all my trades not taking a trade unless there's a 30-minute candle close, finding the direction, and then finding an entry, right? And I back tested a little bit this past week here on SPY, QQQ, and IWM, and you can see I still have some of them marked. Like for example, on just this past trading session on Friday, we had this 30-minute close here on SPY, right? Clearly bullish sign into our support zone as well, higher volume as well. So I'm noticing, okay, this is the bias for the morning at least, we're trending upwards. And then finding the entry all the way down on the 2-minute, which I love using for, again, price action and volume as well, but flags, break of flags, things like that. So take a look. We have, again, a really strong candle here, obviously. We're working our way up, and then we flag over the support zone on the 2-minute. Look for a break of that flag. There's your entry, right? You enter up around in here, maybe this 540 level, take your first profit, take your next profit, whatever. And if you had the balls to hold this entire move, you'd have 150+% move here, depending on your contracts and things like that. So, but that's what I'm doing. I've been back testing it over the weekend, just going back through the last several trading sessions, finding these 30-minute candles to identifying the direction and moving forward. And it's just something I've been doing intraday as well, but I get caught up in the days action and just end up not taking trades that are according to my original plan. So I'm really going to focus on staying true and disciplined to that. And again, you can see I do these things on the 15-minute as well. Like most trades, you know, I have a rule where I really want to get 2, 5, and 15-minute confirmation for every single trade. The 15-minute chart has been so helpful for getting confirmation on trades and just executing trades. I mean, hell, you know, you could just look at just the 15-minute chart. You know, if you have levels in place, I mean, just look at this. You know, coming up here in the end of the day, I mean, this is an extremely bearish candle here, right? I mean, not extreme, but very bearish, right? Long wick, very clean, no wick at the bottom here. Higher volume in the last 2 candles at a reject here, right? A previous rejection area as well, okay? In the morning in the pre-market. I mean, look what followed. The next 15-minute candle, you get your entry here and here, boom. I mean, I bet if we go down here the 2-minute as well, let's see if we could find an entry on that. So let's go over here, zoom in a bit. Same thing, look at this 2-minute here. This is your signal here. Come here, look at the volume, much higher than the volume previously for the last several minutes, right? There's a flag, boom, right here. If you wanted to wait a little bit, flag here, break at the flag, boom. Here's your entry right around here. You don't need to catch the whole move. You have an amazing move here, boom. Look, another flag here, breaks again, right? And none of these, I guess it actually does start to break the 13 EMA a little bit here, but then rejecting again, right? Because usually, you know, I'll hold winners based on the 13 EMA on the 2-minute. Something I also I know it, but it's something I haven't done a very good job of doing. So it's another thing I'm going to really focus hard on this week. So using that 15-minute, 30-minute, hour, just it's going to help a lot. Okay, hour just might be a little bit harder to wait for a whole hourly close. Like it's obviously going to, you know, you might miss out a little bit on a good entry. But that 30-minute, I'm really going to wait for a nice 30-minute close and watching that 13 and 15-minute, and then finding the entry on the 2-minute. And the 2-minute and then the 5-minute as well, using those two as my lower time frames. So anyways, let's move on to IWM and QQQ, go over the plans. So again, I was testing it more on these as well, as you can see some of the arrows here, things like that, right? I'm going to do a little bit more after this video as well. So on the 15-minute, again, previous day low, previous day high, first rejection 203.71, next above that 204.77. Above that, 205.43. First support is going to be here at 269. Below that, we have resistance turn support here at 199.8, and then below that, all the way down here at 196.17. So that's all I'll be watching on IWM. And then lastly, QQQ to finish things up here. So over to QQQ, same thing. Previous day high, previous day low. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm confused. Did I not chart QQQ? Because usually when I do previous day high, previous day low, I always have them, the level as a white level. I need to look at this later, but I'll take a look at this later. But nonetheless, same thing. As you can see, clear support here, 428.83, below that at 425.33. Yeah, I don't think I charted this one yet. Here's Friday's high here, so I'll have to do that in a minute. But Friday's high is going to be here at 436.30 area, right? And above that, will be here at 435.87. Because we broke over in the pre-market, I still keep that level there. But I am going to keep a possible level. That's what I keep here as this light blue color. If we do as a temporary place to reject here at 437.35, above that, back at all-time high. So I do apologize for not having this chart here. I thought I did already. It just completely, because I usually do this like this week. Usually do it like the day before the market opens. So like I'll spend a lot of time Sunday like doing actual charting, but this time I did it on Friday night and Saturday, and I just was during the back testing, forgot to do it here on QQQ. But that's gonna be the game plans for this week. Again, if you made it this far in the video, please consider dropping a like, dropping a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I wish you the best this week, inside and outside of your trading, inside out of the markets, business, careers, relationships, your trading, of course, whatever it may be. I wish you the absolute best, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace, guys.